Good afternoon and good morning, everyone. All the people, homeopathic lovers and homeopathic practitioners. Well, today's topic, what has been chosen, is very nice. That why homeopathy is second in the world. If we look at it, that why we are second, or we can see why the other system is number one. So, if there are certain lackings, certain shortcomings from our side, we need to work on that to become number one. And as Dr. Shadi has told very clearly the scope of homeopathy, where we have been, working as a for pediatrics, for geriatrics, for sports, for pregnant lady, for everything. It is one of the best medicines, which no doubt about it. But still, we are considered to be number two in the world. WHO has also acclaimed and agreed to it that homeopathy is number two, which the largest number of second number people are taking the homeopathic medicine all over the world. Now, doing the introspection, what we need is a real introspection why we are at number two. First, what I feel that we have certain issues. As Dr. Kujat had said about the political and internal, non-unity or so, or different format of schools of thoughts have come up. That has also made people segregated about it. Instead of having a unified approach, there is a people who are having some segregation, which is one of the cause. But coming to the basics, why the world has not taken it as a number one and why we are lacking, where we are lacking. To my mind, what I feel that we have not been able to communicate with the people, we have not been able to make the people understand that how the homeopathic medicines work. This is one particular area where we need to work, our scientists need to work, and we need to give them a proper reply. One. Number two, we always talk of, whenever we talk of the medication, we go on for the individualization. Individualization for homeopathy is must. Individualization is our USP, and it is, strength, and at the same time, it is a weakness. I might be sounding not very good to few homeopaths, considering it to be individualization as a weakness. But when you come to the practical side, like a patient or a person who is down with a fever, having 100, 200, 3 temperature, or there's a patient who is suffering from acute headache, there's a patient who is suffering from acute colic. Like in modern medicine, they do have got certain medicines, fixed medicine, at least to give the relief to that particular patient without asking much of the symptomatology or without individualization. Here, we become little handicapped. We found ourselves to be little handicapped when a patient over the phone, he says, I'm having 103 fever, and his attendant tells that patient is not in a position to give you the symptoms, give you the complete case history, but we need to have some kind of an antipyretic. I'm sounding little different than the classical method. I do not say that classical method is not good. It is very, very good. But when we are talking about the situation where we lack, where we takes us back from the position number one. So we are not in a position to handle the acute condition there and then by having certain fixed medication. When we talk to the patient, we say that we need a complete case history, we need details and all that. And in the meantime, a patient who is not in the condition to give that kind of history, he goes for an immediate SS medication in the form of modern medicine. He might take an antipyretic, he might take an analgesic, or he might take an sort of anticolic medicine, which gives him relief. If we found, on this particular platform, going away from the basic theory I'm talking about the practical side. In majority of the cases, when there's a patient who is in a very acute condition, he does not go to a homeopath. Reason being this, that we have not been able to get that kind of a confidence among the people that those kind of a situation can be taken care of. Yes, patients come to us once they have tried, they have taken allopathic medicines, they have tried different medicines, and then they come to a homeopathic medicine for a curative purpose. Agreed. We can definitely, and we are, I mean, very good at it. That's what I said, that individualization can lead to the curative aspect. But in the acute, very, very acute condition, in SS kind of a condition, that individualization becomes little difficult. And suppose even if you want, I mean, individualize and want to give one particular medicine called, suppose, for example, belladonna. And if belladonna is not available, then again, we do not know what to do, because if we say that you come and give him belladonna, the patient says, I do not have belladonna. Then what are we going? We become left on that, because we do not have got any alternative. Like in modern medicine, if you don't have got analgesic of number A, then you can have try give them number 2, number 3. They've got a certain kind of protocol. So what we need to, in my mind, we need to develop some kind of a protocol for acute emergencies, in which if this is not there, that can be given, because the patient wants to be relieved at that time. If we talk of that we want to cure, we would like to go on the anti-miasmatic background, we will see this. We will see that, I mean, the suppression and all that. So the patient is not going to stick to us. This is one reason where I find that people, I mean, opt for the other medication instead of homeopathy. Then there's a belief that homeopathy works slow, which I do not agree. Yes, but we have not been able to, I mean, draw this kind of a confidence among the masses. The common trend and common feeling among the people are this, that homeopathy works slow. Again, because most of the cases which comes to us, they are chronic cases. They are chronic cases, they are in a bad shape where it is bound to take time. And I as always say, had the patient come to us in a very acute condition, and had he come to us where we could have taken the complete case history, we could have individualized the case, probably we would have been able to give the, I mean, correct medicine from our side and get the desirable result within no time. But very seldom this happens. So this has become a kind of a regular practice over a period of time. People experience that whenever they asked in acute emergency, they could not be helped with the medicine, homeopathic medicine. That is why they, I mean, if they take the treatment and it takes time to show the result. So that becomes again, the slowness of the, I mean, treatment, which I do not agree, which I do not say, we are talking from the perspective of the people side. Third is that we are not able to communicate, that the homeopathic fraternity have not been able to communicate that how our medicine would work. Like, I mean, when they talk of this, you take this medicine, this will work on neurotransmitter, this will work on this thing, physiologically in this thing. And when, I mean, chemical medicines are given in the form of allopathic, so there they have a definite fixed pattern to make the people understand. When the homeopath is being asked from a doctor that how it is going to work, he finds very difficult to give him a proper reply. We say that we, I mean, the vital energy is there. We, as Dr. Henneman has said, we have got theoretical part is fine, but he is not a student of homeopathy who would understand everything in that detail. If we could make the people understand in a simple, I mean, manner, in this, like what happened in your physiology, what happened in your pathology, what this medicine works, probably then he or she would be able to relate his problems with that medication and then expect with the result, and they'll, I mean, stick with the confidence. But once we are not able to give that kind of a satisfactory answer, the patient finds little difficult for him to stick to that particular, I mean, medicine. And that then as I said, that if we can have some kind of a protocol would be, I mean, like even if it is in India or it is in, I mean, Netherlands or it is in Pakistan or it is in Philippines, some statistical things which we know are being formed by our homeopathic fraternity, that this would work definitely. Yes, it would make a lot of difference. Like we have got say about couple of medicines with the consensus of the entire homeopathic fraternity that these are good for these particular things, as we call it a regional affinity, or we call it as a medicine which has got an effect on those particular things. But not sticking to that again causes little confusion in the mind of the people as well as the doctor, what to do and what not to do at that time. Now, another thing is the political side. It is which is very important, because allopathic is being guided by this pharma industry, and they are multi-billionaire dollar industries. So they have been able to capture, they have been able to advertise themselves, they have been able to get the articles written for them and against any other system. Where we lack, that we do not have that kind of a platform or a lobby, which we need to create. If we want to, compete with the number one, we need to create a lobby for homeopathy also. Which we have got lots and lots of cases which at an individual level, but they are not been highlighted. Then we do not have any platform where you can showcase your, the kind of cases. Like you do not have got any referral place. In allopathy, they have got, from one particular physician, if he finds some difficult cases, he is able to refer that patient to some center or some hospital, dedicated for that particular problem. So we find very difficult where we do not have any referral place where we can refer our patient to, from suppose for in India, we have got National Institute of Homeopathy that is in Calcutta. But again, it has not been able to get that kind of a reputation from where the difficult cases can be referred. So we ought to have some centers or hospitals dedicated where the referral cases can be sent, and there we are able to show the results. Because in private practice, everyone here doesn't have that much of a time, that much of a facility, so to carry on. But the patient who comes to him or her, if he is not able to stick because of certain reason, and if there is one particular place like a hospital, like a center, where the patient is being taken care of, with this all kind of investigations required, time to time, proper case study and reportization can be done and evaluated, and then it can be treated. So this is another reason where we feel that we lack, and because of no referral place, we lose our identity, because ultimately it comes to one homeopath gets failed, so people think it's a failure of homeopathy, which is not true. As I said that, we normally say that homeopathy never fails. It is true, but it is a homeopath who might have failed because of various reasons. I am not discussing that, what particular medication he has given, what particular methodology he has adopted. There are people who believe in acute prescription. There are people who believe in starting with a very low potency. There are people who give straight away with higher potency. So there are a lot of, differences among the...
Yes, doctor. Please conclude within a minute.
Okay. So these are certain issues which I feel that we need to work collectively, as we say that homeopathy ensures health safely, but we need to create that kind of showcase for the people to understand, and we are not able to give our writings or articles in the peer-reviewed journals, like international journals of reputation. If we are able to do some kind of, like from this platform of IFPH,
5 page, we collect that kind of a data and publish, which with
authenticity, yes, it would be recognized. Like, I mean, I may say that I treated this, that. I mean, Dr. Aliza may say she treated that, Dr. Osman said I treated that. But collectively, we do not have anything to, I mean, show as literature where it has been taken and considered by the other people. With this, I think I would like to end. And
thank you, Dr. Gupta. Now it is time for Dr. Usman, Dr. Muhammad Usman from Pakistan. You have 10 minutes, doctor. Please unmute. Oh, okay.
Thank you, Dr. Shaji. I'm audible?
Yes, yes.
I want to share my screen.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Today's topic is why homeopathy is #2 in the world. So we have to look into the multiple reasons why we are considered to be #2 in the world. Multiple reasons: lacking infrastructure, political reasons, business reasons, quick response required, desire and satisfaction of people, educational weaknesses of homeopaths, lack of physician training in homeopathy, confidence of people on the treatment, and our presence in the system. These are some basic points which we need to address in the society as a homeopath to become #1 or considered to be #1. This is a perception. As people are at free will to choose any system for their treatment, they are not bound, but what compels them to do or opt for certain or particular treatment is the perception in the society. What perception people feel, where they feel comfortable, or where they have had all the infrastructure facilities. This lead them to opt for that particular treatment. Now we come to the particular reasons: reality versus publicity and perception. One thing is reality, and second, comparison is with publicity and perception. What we believe we are real. We as a homeopath believe we are real. On the contrary, their publicity, other pathies' publicity is, even if the claim is smaller one, but they with the publicity they win. Examples: vaccination, specific disease related specialized hospitals, transplantation of organs, taking surgery as a matter of pride. That's what is not addressing the reason. They're not addressing the reason by transplanting the organs. As we as a homeopath, when patient comes, we find out the reason, give the medicine, the simillimum, and the problem addressed, and that organ replacement reason has been addressed, and a person need not to replace the organ which got deteriorated over the years with the disease. But what they are doing is they are not addressing the reason, but publicity, their perception, people opt for that. People believe they are being treated. We homeopaths left that area vacant. Whatever is in the showcase, it's a general rule in the world. Whatever is in the showcase, it will be sold out. Whatever is on the back of the shelf, it will that thing will wait for the client and to get the chance. So we have to be in the showcase. We must show our presence, that we are here. We are here to address the problems. We are here available with all the infrastructure, with all the education knowledge, to make people believe that their immune is the other pathies. In other pathies, what they do, They make people believe that their immune is incapable and they are insufficient to handle this. So this is what is this? This is business of fear. They are making business of fear. If you don't opt it, this may happen to you. What they call business of fear. If you not opt for the heart surgery, you this may lead to complications, this and this. So here, ethics is the thing which has to be evolved. That what they are doing is they are doing the business of fear, and what we are doing is we are eliminating the reasons, and we are doing and helping the patients with the ethics to eliminate the disease with the reason. Common examples: stunts of the heart ailments, undue cesareans for the birth of the newborn. These are unethical things, but people think that they have been treated. They have been treated in those medical facilities, but on the contrary, they are not. Second main question, the second main point is quantity versus quality. Perception about homeopathic physician. What is our perception in the society? What people think about homeopathic physician? Doctor does not know by himself. Rather, he's asking for everything from the patient. This is our case taking. But what people think about us, they think that doctor does not know, and he's asking one after the other question, and he does not know my disease. Rather, when we go to some other facilities, they listen for us just for 1 minute. Okay, you have hepatitis C, or you have this thing, and you have this thing. But they prescribe it, or they prescribe for the test. What people think, they have been getting treated. But this is what this is. This is perception. So we have to nullify this perception. This is quality versus quantity. So what we have to do is patient understanding about the treatment is the aura of the hospital, medical tests, painkiller injection, drips. When they go there, if they are with the pain, they have been injected with the painkiller. What they think, the pain is gone. They think that they have been getting treatment, but on the contrary, it's not true. With the second thing in their perception is homeopathy is slow and time taking. So we need to address these reasons of perception in the society with the quality. Second reason, third most important reason is business, money, profits, interest of the pharmaceutical global complex. What they are doing large scale fundings of the governments. Presence, they are present at the right moment at the right time. Where there is a disease and they are present over there. They are funding the governments. They are promoting their medicines. They are promoting their whatever they, even if it's we see in the pandemic, they're not sure about what they are doing. Still, the scientific knowledge is updating day by day about the virus. But still, what they say it with the confidence, and people believe that. So this is what is promote. They're promoting it. So what we have to do is we have to educate people to differentiate between the false publicity and the true treatment. We have to deliver workable solutions. We as a homeopath are nowhere in the governments, in the presence and in the promotion and in the solutions. We have to be present in all departments of the governments, policy making, ministries, at organizational level and at the delivery level. Legislation regarding use of alternative treatments in all WHO member countries. Those all the countries, we are very much on the back as legislation is not there. Free will. People are government is not making any legislation. When there is no legislation, there are no advancements in hospitals for the particular departments of homeopathy. So responsibilities of homeopathic organizations and timely interaction and legislations regarding public use of homeopathy at respective government ministries. Our individual and organizational level. Clinical setup. Clinical setup of the homeopathic physician. Look and feel of the clinic. Knowledge of the field, knowledge of the particular homeopathic physician, his education. Presence of homeopathy is a full-time department in the government and private hospitals. There are no
Maar ik zei, moet ik je ophalen van dit einde?
in government hospitals and in private hospitals. Treatment without drip. People think they have been applied drip in the hospital and they have been given painkiller and they are getting treatment. So
Dr. Usman, please wind up within a minute. Please wind up within a minute.
Treatment without a drip. Possible solutions. I'm coming towards, these are the reasons and I'm coming towards the possible solutions. Our mistakes and public opinion. Clinical setup, look and feel, avoid part-time homeopathy. Homeopathy for infants, mother, child, generalized. We have to cosmetic treatments, burn treatments. These are all the needs of the society. Cosmetics, burns, skin treatments. We have to give them the solution. If we give them the solution, they will come to the homeopathy. Standard of homeopathic education. We have to improve the standard of education in our institutions. Teaching homeopathy as a specialization subject. Practical training of the physician. We have to focus on the practical training, never being center of focus. Use of print and electronic media, dedicated programs, awareness programs, access of available education material. As our softwares are so much costly, many homeopaths do not being able to get those softwares and they have been lacking the use of that facility. Global, combined global interactive efforts of all the countries, member countries, all those are using homeopathy. Combined global efforts are should have been done by the organizations of the user countries. Evolving homeopathic education for the promoting and diversifies use of the homeopathy. What is diversified use of homeopathy? Agriculture, we have to be present in everywhere. Agriculture homeopathy, veterinary homeopathy, fish and poultry, feed additives. So how we can be everywhere? When we are everywhere, we have been seen, we have been looked after, we have been considered. What we can achieve in other fields, I've been written the soil enrichment, per acre yield, fruit flowering enhancement, pets, birds care, breeding, farming, each and every milk production. These are all avenues which we have left unconsidered. We have just been focusing on our patients. Impact on the society. What is impact of the society? Presence and involvement of homeopathy and homeopathic medicines as a definite essential solution. This presence, these possible solutions, what they impact us on the presence of homeopathy in every field. Homeopathy has been considered as an essential medicine. Combined global effort with sharing of each other's experience in real time.
Please conclude. Please conclude.
Real impact. This one is the last one. I'm winding it up. When you are anywhere and everywhere, your presence will be felt and importance will be increased. We have to act before it's too late. These are all my explanation. I've highlighted the basic important reasons and their possible solutions. I hope so. Shadi, I've finished it in my time.
Thank you, doctor. Now it is time to Dr. Alice Timmerman. So please, start, Dr. Alice Timmerman. Please stop your sharing, doctor. Please stop sharing. It is time for Dr. Alice Timmerman.
Yes, I'm looking for it, but
Dr. Alice, please unmute from your side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you see me?
No, your video is off.
Video off.
Yeah, now it is visible. Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
What shall I say? I think the other doctors who did an evaluation of why homeopathy is not the first medicine in the world, they did a very good evaluation. So I don't need to repeat these things. The point is the deeper point. So I will add some things, and then we can discuss what you think it's okay to say or to share with each other. The deeper point in all of it is that we have the Western world is a man-made world. We can think that we can exclude disease, and there is this whole tendency that we can not having to experience any kind of discomfort. We can buy our lives by money. We can buy our lives by our material development. The life in the Western world is extremely materialistic and individualistic, meaning that the last 30, 40 years, we have built up an individualistic society where we can, where we can ban out any kind of disease. Meaning, on a deeper level, we are living in the delusion that we can create paradise with money. And that is one of the basic facts why homeopathy is not being adapted so well. The philosophy is missing in life. The spirituality is missing in life. Religion is missing in life. And we have a big kind of new age development like yoga, like Buddhism or this kind of developments in the Western world, which is in a way a good sign, but in a way also not such a good sign, because it's not life. It's also bringing some kind of delusion in and thinking that you can heal from that. The job we are having is a totally different one. We are, with our remedies, looking to process our life, and we see symptoms or disease or even a pandemic as a kind of way to grow. And a kind of, like Hahnemann said, the symptoms are not a disease. The symptoms only show what you have to become aware and what you have to heal. Well, that is a very difficult message for someone who thinks materialistic. And the message of thinking non-materialistic is not very welcome. And that is the basic idea why homeopathy is, what shall I say, not so popular. Because I developed, for example, a remedy for the corona, the COVID, myself. And that remedy has huge success. And the point is that it's vaccination, for example, is a copy of homeopathy. And it's a superficial copy of homeopathy, but it is homeopathy. The whole vaccination comes from classical, from Hahnemann, by the way, from the organon. And the point is not very it's not individualized homeopathy, and it's not homeopathy based on what shall we say, on classical homeopathy, but it is some kind of homeopathy. And that is also not very, there many people are not very aware of, even not in the homeopathic world. So in our own homeopathic world is also a lot of non-professionalism and not behaving very professional in our own profession. And the basic why this is in our profession is, of course, that we didn't got good funding and good money for developing good homeopathic science, and not good homeopathic research, and not respected homeopathic research and science. And the point is, so but these are all points you already have mentioned, to work on a better communication and to work on better grounding and universities. And there are hardly good universities in homeopathy in the Western world. So that are all, there are all a lot of, reasons. The big reason, of course, is that if you take a homeopathic remedy, you need to have already some kind of awareness to feel that remedy, to realize that remedy. When you are not trained to look at your body, when you're not trained to look inside, then you're missing the point. You're missing the whole experience of taking the remedy. That means that we are living in this moment in the tubercular miasma. The tubercular miasma is looking outside yourself for any solution in your life. That is tubercular. You travel, you look for what is outside yourself, and you think that will help me. You're not trained to look inside yourself. You're not even trained to feel your body. You're not even trained to use the right words for your sensations, your feelings. So that is all making our profession not easy. But as the universe is part of our decision making, it will come, and it will come. So that I'm not very scared about. But well, what shall I say about this? We need to just learning to be patient and to wait, and also work on our inner states ourselves. The tubercular, the miasma in this moment is changing to the right direction, because with the help of the corona crisis, people have no possibility to move anymore. And this is no possibility to move. Let us see what is happening in our COVID crisis, that the people are not cannot fly anymore, cannot take trains anymore, cannot travel easy anymore. And I just heard today from the embassy of Austria that lots of people moving out of the country, of my city. I'm living in The Hague in the Netherlands. They're moving back home. So there's hundreds of thousands of people moving back home. That means that is the opposite of being tubercular, and moving back, having to move back home from their big capitalistic companies, and moving back home and having to go working from home. So that is changing in the good direction in our society by the help of the virus. So the virus is also working as a homeopathic message to the whole world, so to say. That is what we call a pandemic. everything is going back with the help of the COVID. It comes and brings back, what shall I say, the deeper balance in this world again. The same as happened in 1918, same as happened in 1945, same as had happened in 1810 and other kind of epidemics. Every war has ended in an influenza and in an epidemic. Hitler had stopped by an epidemic. Napoleon has stopped by an epidemic. Now our capitalism is going to be stopped by an epidemic like the COVID. And so we are in a very big transformation, which most people cannot oversee anymore. They see only their own small kind of world, but it's a one big cleaning out, and it will come back into a better balance. That is what we can already see when I speak from my own country, or from Western Europe. We cannot go on in this world living like this. We cannot produce 250,000 children a day. There are not dying 250,000 people a day by the COVID. So we cannot go on and living in this human dominance in the world and exploiting the world in this way, what we do. And so these are the basic reasons for it.
Thank you. So that was
it 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
Okay, thank you. I have,
Okay.
yeah. This was just my little reaction to all of you.